Cal from Cal's Crafts. Welcome back if you've been before, and hi, this is your first time. Just thought I'd come on, I can do a video for no other reason except I'm going to do having a go at the Peppermint Purple Sal for 2021. So I thought, why not video some of me having a go at the back stitching, because I want everybody to be able to do this if they want to, because if you like me and absolutely new to cross stitching, been doing it a year, still things like, oh, am I going to be able to do it? So I thought, right, let's get you all together and say, right, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So I've got my two projects, and my Stitch bag from 2020 with Sips and Stitches was my team, run by Jessie from the Slade Picture Pages, and this Stitch that we did last year really helped me with my confidence with my cross stitch to have a go. Whether you can do it or not didn't matter, just have a go. So this is what I'm doing. So I've got my 20 in there is my 2020 Peppermint Sal, because I'm starting that one as well as doing the 2021, but I thought you might not want to do that. So I've got my Peppermint Purple cover, not needle minder on there, and I'm doing it in hand. Now this is black work. I did this, had a go with Trees Addy last year. This is a Peppermint Purple heart one that we got, and what me and Trees did, because neither of us has done black work, we each chose a square, and then I'd say, right, we're going to do that one. So when we both done that one, then she'd say, right, we're going to do that one next, and that's what we did, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. So that's why I decided. I mean, Trees is away with these. She's finished. She's gone. She's done the first one, and now on the second one, she's got it all laid out, doing it. So this is how much I've done already. I've done the frame. Can you see? So that's the top, and there's the bottom. And I've just stitched the edge in to stop it fraying. So that's where I've got. And this is, right, start at the beginning. If you go online, put peppermintpurple.com, brings up their site, and on the top, under this Peppermint Purple, it says Home, Shop, Stitch Along, Specials, Gallery, Help. Hit the Stitch Along button, and then it comes up then, the Year of Black Work, and it says to join, click here for the Facebook group, and when you go on there, it gives you all the information you need, although you get some on this page. It'll tell you what the stitches are, which is 93 by 186. Then what size fabric you would need if it was 14, 18, 20, 22, and a rough layout of the normal week one. But this year, because last year it was just this shape, this year they've got two. They've got a square and the rectangle. So you've got to click on there to get onto the Peppermint Purple Sal group on Facebook, and everybody is super supportive on there. So I've got my candle, which I'm going to move well, hang on, that side, well out of reach, because we know what they're like. Now I've got some of this, because I found with some of my thread, it's a bit, not woolly, but you can really see the fibres. I don't know whether it's the way I pull it through or because I do it in hand, I have no idea. So I thought we'd have a go at putting it through the beeswax that I've got. And I bought also Peppermint Purple. She does, so you don't need to get all a skein of everything, floss of everything. She's done one of these kits that's got all that you need floss wise on there. Well, it's more than what you need on there to complete the whole thing. So you only then need to get your fabric. As I say, it's a free chart, which she does. I'll wind that back on there. So what I'm going to do is I just hold it there, pull it down, well, yeah, and then all I'm going to do is lightly pull it through and see if that makes any difference. Might not make any difference at all, but hey ho. This is the thing now, trying to, look at that, first time. I am pathetic at, so what I do is I pull my thread down about that far, and yes, I do knot it. Everybody says, oh, you shouldn't knot it. Yeah, I knot it. Takes me a while, but I just do a couple of knots on there. I did try a few times to do it where you thread it into, you know, hold the end at the back and then try and go over the top of it. Yeah, it didn't work. Right, so I hold it in hand, and I don't care that it's getting creased because it will sort itself out. All right, so if we go there and then we go down into business a bit. I'm trying to sit down and look at the screen. Now that'll do, won't it? Yes, I just thought you could watch me back stitch. As I say, I'm learning. I'm not brilliant at it. I did have a little go at the Hobian stitch on this square. Can you see it there? And you can see the difference between doing a Hobian and theirs, because for some reason I'd run out of cotton there. So I started, so I only had that much of that square to go, I think. So, and I wanted to go on to that one. So I did the Hobian stitch up there and back, but I can see a difference. Because I've used normal back stitching on the rest, I can tell the difference, but I don't think you can see so much from afar. I don't think there's a right way and a wrong way, is there, for back stitching? I mean, I look at it and think it's not perfectly level. Each stitch is slightly different, but they're all in the hole. So that's the main thing. I am getting in the hole, do you know what I mean? I better check what I'm doing. I'm doing the square. So it's 14 I think by something, oh I don't know. But I have to count every time because I'm dyslexic, I forget. So I know that I can just follow this square now and then go down to that line there. So that hole there roughly. So it is a bit easier when you've got a few squares on you. To do. It doesn't seem to be wherever I start the square, I always end up finishing on the wrong side. But what I do is I just zigzag into the thread underneath and then go down to where I need to go next. As I say, there's no right and wrong way. I used to think, oh God, there's got to be a better way of doing this, and there probably is, but I don't care. I just thought, I just want you lot to enjoy having a go at black stitch. And if you're thinking, I can't do it, I'm always saying that to myself, I can't do it, because I see all these people and they're doing all these wonderful things, and there's me, just basic Joe, plodding along. And then I realised there's nothing wrong with just plodding along and doing this, because at the end of the day, this is just for me, you know. This is just purely, so all I do is I don't scrunch it hard, I just fold it on itself like that, and then hold it so it's up away from the stitches. But you'll find your own way of doing it. A lot of people are doing these in the frames, but I want to practice doing in hand. And because my other frames are being used as well. That's another reason. When you've got all these whips on the go. So if anybody tells you you'll do one project and keep to it, you might in the beginning, unless you're really strict on yourself. But yeah, that didn't last. I think I've got, I think I've got 11 or 12 projects on the go now with cross stitch. 11, I think. Yeah, was it 10 when I did my whip parade, and I've got this one as a new one. But it's nice to have the variety, so if you get a bit burnt out on one project, you can go on to another project and have another little go on that one and just go back and forth. Got to admit that wax is helping a bit. It's not catching as much, and it doesn't look as woolly, as they say. Is that a word, woolly? Don't even know if that's a word, woolly. But yeah, fibrous, no. So yeah, what have I been doing? I've just swapped my diaries over because I've got a diary in the kitchen. I'll show you now. It's just, you know, just one of these basic ones, full year diary, you know, and it's got like them sort of week in a page. But I always write this in the beginning. I found this thing a couple of years ago, and it's about your personalities, and it's something that I need to tell myself as well, what type of person that I am, because when I look at myself, I don't think sometimes I'm a very nice person, but that's a depression. That's the severe depression taking older and telling me things. So I write this in my diary every year for me to read, and it's what kind of personality are you? And I think I had to fill this survey in of loads of different things, and it turns out I'm a brown colour personality, which means you're honest, you're down to earth, you're wholesome, salt of the earth, you're trustworthy, you're dependable, you're friendly, you take obligations and responsibilities very seriously and can't stand letting people down. You're grounded, and your worth to others is downright impressive. Put simply, the world couldn't work without people like you. That is something. There were negatives on there as well, which I know, which I don't need to remind myself of. So I didn't put the negative down. I just put the positives. I think it was things like you take things to heart, you read things in situations more than you need to, you know, your organisation isn't brilliant, and, you know, different things like that, which I know, but I don't remember. You always remember the bad, you never remember the good. I can remember my mum saying that on anything. She used to say to me, you know, you'll always remember bad things that happen, and it could be one bad thing out of 1,000 good things, but you don't remember all the good things. All you remember is that one bad thing, and it's right. So I thought, right, I'm just going to write the good things in my diary, and I have been opening it up to that page in my old diary now, because I've only just swapped them over. So I've kept my old diary open on that page till I swapped them over, to tell myself that you are worth it. So that applies to each and every one of you. If you're struggling as well, remember that you are worth it. I struggle going down this way though, so I have to do it the in and out method. Which is fine as well. Oh yeah, and I've got my juice. I've had 2 cups of coffee. I was going to have a third, but I thought no, it's only like, what is it, 4:15. Oh, excuse me. I'll save that till later. So I don't know whether you're not going to have a go at blackwork. Let me know if you're doing the Peppermint Sal and what you think of it. I'll show you what I've got up. Oh, let me show you how far I've got on the 2020. Now my 2020, you'll notice a big difference on the size of the fabric, because when I was doing it, I didn't have any of this. I only had that piece, and as you can see, it's not as wide, but I only need that because I'm going to put it in a picture frame, so I don't need a massive amount of edging, and I sewed blanket stitched it, or whatever you call. But that's what I've done. So I've done week 1 and week 2 and started week 3, and that one frightened me a bit, so I stopped that one. I'm going to go back to it. So I'm going to do each week, so every time I do a week on here, I'm going to do a week on there, and then do the boxes in between when I don't really want to do a lot of intricate stitches. Like I don't want to do my dark queen at the moment. I can't get my head around that. And pandemic, I had to do all that frogging and redone that. So I thought this is just nice plain stitching while talking to you. And I can do this when I'm watching a video, because I find if, depending on what I'm watching and who I'm watching, whether I can cross stitch with a video. Sometimes if I'm doing like dark queen, I very often have to sit with just a little bit of relaxing music on to stitch in it. Pandemic, I can watch a video. But if I'm doing something like the dark queen, I need to just have music on. But this, I can have a video on. Excuse me, that was a hiccup, and trying to suppress a hiccup then. yeah, but it's hard to know what to, you know, sometimes I think, what can I do for a video? And it's really hard sometimes to think of different things, because you're not going to always have things to unbox. You're not always going to have, you know, new things coming in. And so I thought, yeah, maybe this will encourage, if they can see me actually stitching in some shape or fashion, that they might think, yes, Cal can do it, and we know how she struggles, you know. And if you're like me and dyslexic, I've got the pattern there in front of me, but I write little notes because I can't remember, like, I could work out how many stitches per square, per whatever, per pattern and things like that. Like, although, and these are repeating patterns, most people will learn that pattern and can carry it on. I can't. So I write little notes by the pattern to help me. And if I make a mistake, I'll write that on the pattern, don't do, in red letters or something. Or be careful, or recheck, or... Right. So that one, I'll turn that way, because I can stitch, that's the way I like to stitch, that way. So again, I just fold it up in my hand and stitch like that. So I hope you have a go. Oh, and then we've got a knot. I was just going to say I haven't had a knot since I've done the wax, but there you go. Just give it a little pull and out it comes. So I hope you'll all have a little go at this. I've enabled you to have, maybe not, if you don't want to have a go at this, have a go at something like, you know, the heart. You know, one of the smaller ones. Let me have a look, see if how much that heart one was. So you just go Blackwork Patterns. Oh, there it is. $9.99 that one was, which I didn't think was bad. But she sometimes has oh, she's got the year of 2020 Sal on there that you can get hold of as well. On her thing as well. I don't know whether she has any free. She does charity patterns, I know that. But just go on and have a look. But you'll find a lot of sites that'll do a free Sal or a free pattern or on cross stitching anyway. But I've got my own enablers. Danielle, Trees, Pippa, that's Trees Addy, Danielle Boudoir as I call her. Pippa Brown's a bugger. She very often sends you things. Rachel's another one. Jessie. Trouble is, you watch these people and you see them stitching something and you think, oh wow, I really like that, I want to do that. Then you have to go and have a source of the pattern, source the floss, source the fabric. I was saying I have got my first, I've just ordered my first lot of Mystic fabric coming. So I'm so looking forward to that. And the price wasn't too bad from America. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't too bad a price, the postage. I'll show you what I do now, because I want to start. You could either start that square there or come for the next square there, but I'm going to go down there. So I'll show you what I do quickly before I finish. So all I do is stick the needle through. And I know this is probably wrong, but I don't care. Oh, I can tie that thread off probably. So I want to go to that one. Oh. So I literally, you could just go down, but I just think it secures my, you could either just leap down to there, but then I'm always worried I'm going to catch. And then I know I want to go into that square as my next first square. So then I'm ready for the off. So I'm going to go all the way around this square. And then if I've still got some thread left, I'd go over to the next square. So yeah, so at least I've completed one square with you. And I'm going to sit here because I've got stew in the the oven. It's been in for what, 2.5 hours. So Grant's due home in an hour. So by the time he comes home, it should be all nicey. The girls have gone out for a walk separately. Don't know why, but hey ho. And the dog's sleeping on the camel saddle. So if you're a Patreon, there's a new Patreon video going up today as well. So go and take a look. So with that said, thanks for watching. If you fancy sticking around, you're not subscribed, you might fancy pressing the subscribe button, which is down below. The notification button that lets you know when I go live, which is a Sunday, and when I upload videos, which is a few times a week. Also, my social media's down there. If you want to join my Facebook group, message me on Instagram, Messenger, whatever, or on here. I always answer my comments and have a chat. Love that. Also, my Patreon link is down below, which is where people can help the channel, and you get inside information and videos and things like that. And I send out freebies, and also my Happy Mail, because I'm sending out some Happy Mail this week actually, but I need to have your address in my Happy Mail form. So if you haven't finished my Happy Mail, filled in the Happy Mail form, can you fill it in? But can you make sure you put your full address, because I got a lot in America that have just put like one line, and I can't send that out to just one line. But I can contact them because I know it's there. But if you can fill it in, that would be great, because I do like sending out Happy Mail now and again. So with that said, thank you for stopping by. Take care, look after yourself, and most importantly, stay safe. Love you all.